forum today. I was first vetted by the Voters Coalition back in 1992. My part was a little narrower back in those days. And let me tell you, I borrowed the slides go. Anyway, if you've ever been to one of their sessions where they're deciding what they want to endorse or not endorse candidates, they are very good at what they do. Our intelligence agency could probably use them. It's borderline torture. At any rate, it's good to be back with you all and to thank the Voters Coalition again for their past support. I am Gary Nicklitz. I'm your incumbent county property appraiser. And then one thing, you know, when you say you're the incumbent, what does that translate to? Well, that translates to experience. I'm an experienced property appraiser. I've done property appraising here in Palm Beach County for 38 years. I began my career in the county property appraiser's office back in 1974 as a field evaluator. I left in 1987 to go into the private sector as a real estate appraiser, and then came back as the elected constitutional officer in 1992. I can tell you that when I came back, I made the pledge that I would take the politics out of the office and replace it with professionalism. And I'm pleased to say that today Palm Beach County Property Appraiser's Office is recognized by the International Association of Assessing Officers, which is the largest association in the world for public sector appraisers, as being the most qualified and professional staff in any of the 47 countries where they have chapters. So I think it's quite a good accomplishment there. In addition to that, I said I wanted to make the office more taxpayer friendly. And one of the first things we did is we put all of our records online so that you can see them through the PAPA website. We also appointed a taxpayer advocate so that if something wasn't going right or somebody didn't feel like they were getting the service that they deserved, that they had somebody that they could actually contact and would bring the item to the attention of the individuals, and we worked to get it straightened out. Today we still have a taxpayer advocate there. In 2009, the IAAO, the International Association, recognized our office by giving us an award for excellence for our public service, as well as our public information and outreach program that we have. So we are out in the community every day, oftentimes 2-3 times a week. I'm out in the evenings doing presentations before associations and other things. So the word is out there. There's no question about that. People are having a much better understanding of how their assessments are determined and how their taxes are determined. The job of the property appraiser, for those of you who may not be familiar, because we're often confused either with the tax collector or the taxing authorities, is to assess property for ad valorem tax purposes. We're the agency that establishes the market value of every property in Palm Beach County, and there's about 628,000 of those every year as of January the 1st. That's our job. By June the 1st of each year, we report preliminary values to the taxing authorities. On July 1st, we report the estimates of the taxable value. And it's that taxable value that the various taxing authorities use in their budgetary process. Essentially, what taxing authorities do while we're doing the assessments is they're doing their budgets and determining how much money they want to spend, what the level of service is going to be. Once they've made that determination, from that bottom line of their budget, they subtract every other source of revenue they have. What's left over is the amount of money they have to raise from property taxes to fully fund their budget. On July 1st, when they get my estimate of total taxable value, they divide that number into the amount of money they need from ad valorem taxes, and that mathematical calculation gives them the tax rate or the millage rate. They report that back to our office. We then place it on every property in the county. We send out the trim notices on behalf of the taxing authorities in August of each year. Trim notice is a notice to you that within 25 days, if you don't like the assessed value of the property, the market value, you can appeal that to the property appraiser's office. We encourage you to call us. If you have a concern, if you're not satisfied as a result of the call under the state law, you have a right to come in and talk with an appraiser. If you're still not satisfied, you can come to a hearing. Palm Beach County continues to have the lowest number of petitions filed each year of any of the 3 major counties to our south. This year we had about 7,800. Miami-Dade County has roughly over 60,000. Broward has close to 30,000. Fairer petitions mean fewer petitions mean fairer values, and fairer values mean fairer taxes. Again, I'm Gary Nicklitz, your incumbent county